Next point is the pupillage aspect. Now, there's been a lot of questions around pupillage, what it entails, who does pupillage, and what happens there. There's been a lot of confusion regarding that, and I've also made an explanation on LinkedIn, because I've got a LinkedIn profile where I've also explained it, but I'm going to explain it here as well for those of you that don't clearly understand it, because we get a lot of questions around that topic. Now, the pupillage has three components. And the first component, obviously, is, one of the three components where I said is the first component. If you need to be admitted as an advocate and you're not already an advocate, then you will obtain yourself a mentor, and then you also will sign a mentorship contract with that mentor. That contract must be registered with the Legal Practice Council. Then the next component is the structured coursework, and that is where you are at now. Some you have to attend lectures, others you don't. Some have assessments, some don't. So it is quite a mix of in terms of the requirements that the LPC has set. Now, all the lectures that we do and the requirements that we have to adhere to are gazetted. It's quite elaborate. It's changed from what when I did pupillage, where there was only a couple of modules that you did, and because the LPC had to sit down and they had to make a determination of what training would be required in terms of advocates and attorneys. And then attorneys are covered by Regulation 6 in the rules and regulations, and the attorneys are advocates are covered under Regulation 7. Another aspect, and I'm linking the mentor aspect here now. Now, the mentor must have at least 3 years or 3 years in aggregate in the last 4 years experience, and that is the type of people that you will approach if you require a mentor. However, the mentor doesn't provide the structured coursework. The mentor assists you when you do the structured coursework, and this will give you the background when you go to court with a mentor, for instance, and work with a mentor. Then those two components interact with each other, and that is where you start learning and apply your experience on your learning that you obtain while doing the structured coursework and working with a mentor. If your mentor cannot assist you in cases immediately and so forth, do take the time yourself, go to court and have a look at what's going on there, how they argue a matter, what is required, how the judges react when they're being addressed by the legal practitioner. And when you go to the magistrate court and you go to the high court, you'll see the differences in how the presiding officer is addressed. Your mentor contract is a year, your structured coursework training is 6 months. However, the LPC allows you 3 years to complete your structured coursework. So if you fail a module, then you can do the module again, or a component of the module, then you can complete your structured coursework training accordingly. You have to pass all your modules in any event to complete your structured coursework training successfully. Then comes the third and very important component for those of you that needs to be admitted, is the national examinations. The LPC are administering the national examinations. No bar administers examinations unless they do an examination just as a preparation for the national examinations. Another important aspect here is admitted advocates cannot and will not and is not allowed to write the national examinations. You're already admitted. You cannot go and write the exam just to see, because if I still have it. Now, the general pass mark set by the LPC is 50%. Some bars actually require you to show that you've done some sort of training if you haven't attended training with them. That is very important, that then you'll have this certification. So in essence, everybody can see it. Doesn't matter whether you're admitted or not admitted. This is a valuable training that you need that can open doors for you. During the week that you do some practical, you can prepare yourself also then for your moot court. Now, the moot court is where you do, as a lot of you will know, is like a fake court. but the actual presentation is not fake because you have to present your case. So you'll get some cases that you have to prepare. I'll give you an example. You might have to do an urgent, and I'm actually, if I use the word might, I use it very loosely because you will get the urgent to argue. You get the urgent literally the same day as the moot court. It works the same as, that's why it's called an urgent, so that you can prepare yourself and all the rules that you have to apply in terms of when you make an urgent application. So those are the aspects that it's very important that you prepare yourself. Just on the aspect also on the exams, those of you that need to write examinations, just make sure that you also have a mentor at the time that you write examinations, because that's also one of the criteria that you've done structured coursework. 1, you've got a mentor. 2, and 3, then you can get access to the examination.